All right, so 24 hours ago, hype occurred. That season 13 trailer dropped. And let me tell you now, since then, dude, the game is picking up so many views, players talking about it, people finding out about it, people getting hyped for it, people re-downloading it and trying to jump in and take care of stuff. It's been an insane last 24 hours, generally speaking. But today we're back with it. I want to break down all of the skill kit info and everything we have here regarding both All for One and Deku. Take a look into it and talk about it because, again, this is some very crazy stuff here. And it's another introduction of this new, if you were to call it, ability creep, where every character back then had 3 base abilities plus their special action. Now they got 2 special actions, technically, 2 alpha abilities, 2 beta abilities, 2 gamma abilities. These is just ability creep. Today we'll talk about it, jump into it, break it down. New to the channel, like and subscribe, it helps out. And then also the issue the player base has with one part of it. Let's talk about it all. So, this was the trailer from yesterday. Very, very sick. React to it live last video. The reaction from the chat was amazing, bro. I never will get that moment again seeing chat react because everyone was like, what? What? No one, dude. It started to say stain. As soon as the red popped up, everyone's like, stain, stain, stain. Boom. Changed it right away. Everyone's like, what? What the hell? It just got so hyped. But All for One is, for some reason, the first character they showed. Obviously, I think Deku would be the more hyped one because of he's the main character. They wanted to show All for One first, kind of, break him down. But we're going to break it down in order of who releases, and that's Deku first, then All for One. And then we'll address the issue in the perfect kind of way here, or the problems, if you were to say. But the skins also were shown. Very, very cool skins here. It might be a hot take, but was this the least amount of skins they've ever shown? Was it? I swear there's usually more skins a season. We got like 6 skins over here, and that's it. So, or then the 2 All for One, so 8 skins. Maybe that's the average, but just felt weird because 2 of them were AFO, 2 of them were Deku. Then there was one Baku one, so maybe I'm wrong, actually. It's just a lot for the 2. But over here, Deku pops up. Officially confirmed, this is the Izuku Midoriya One for All. The name is not Gear Shift. The name is not, what is it, Fanjin. It's actually entirely different. They published the official character name. So the official character name is the 9th One for All successor, Izuku Midoriya One for All. And in, what is it, All for One's is Evil Incarnate ascends to the Golden Age. All for One, Youth Age. That is their title. That is their name. Again, that's their description and everything, So with Izuku Midoriya One for All, take a look at this. So the way they've shown this off is super cool, but players aren't understanding exactly what they're showing here. So I'm going to make sure this is a normal speed. It happens fast, but take a look, right? So when they show this off here, first, his alpha is very simple. Delaware Smash Air Blast. It just launches a giant air blast. It's a very, very large projectile. Look at that projectile. It pretty much fits about the door frame over here, the whole frame right there. You can kind of see right when he shoots it out. Take a look. Ready? Look at that. It's a pretty... So they're standing right here, and pretty much both of them, he rolls, but he gets affected. And you see how much distance that was. So you have a very, very, very large hitbox here, per se, and that's how they're going to approach this one. So his alpha, very, very well maintained, very large there, very easy to aim. Over here as well, it was more a direct hit, but again, you see that frame also goes vertical like that. That's kind of what you have there. You then have Smokescreen as one part of his kit over here, Smokescreen, and then you can activate Fanjin. So pretty much how it's going to work here is he has 2 special actions. One for Smokescreen and one for Fanjin. You have that normally, though. That's a normal thing. But the rest of his kit has more. Right? Over here again, now you can see Fanjin in basically while active, right? You can see it does pick up some, I think movement speed is what they're going for here. So you can see, because this is the same attack that we saw earlier, and you can see it's much quicker. You see, he's able to deliver the blows much quicker. So you then kick in Quirk Skill Gamma that has 2 effects. One of them is Second Transmission, which he pops this over here, and then does this into Overdrive. Then he has 5th Gear Overdrive Detroit Smash, which locks onto the target and then just pummels them to the ground. So 2 attacks there, okay? Only his alpha, so he has 2 abilities on beta, 2 abilities on gamma, so that's 4 abilities. He has 2 more abilities on his special action, that's 6 abilities. Then he has a 7th ability being his alpha, because it's alpha standard, which we don't know if there's a secret effect, which they always show in the actual video, but there's so many abilities here. But again, the second one over here goes into the first one, Impact 45%, and then Detroit Smash Quintuple, 2 separate abilities, which is, again, it's crazy, but that's what it is. Look at that dunk. Oh my god, it's like the amount of characters we're getting with dunks, dude. This one doesn't latch onto you or anything, true, but look at this, man. Look at the effect afterwards and how much the range is. It's a huge dunk. So, he does have a lot on. I don't even know what impact 45% is. What does he do? He launches, and look at the hitbox range. Wow. Look at how much range that is, too. Yeah. This is like a 350 HP character. It's gonna be fun to deal with. Oh my god. Okay. So there you go. Again, you can see charges up, boom, goes through them, and then again goes upwards to the sky and dunks. So he has a lot of abilities. That's the only thing. So one more time, we'll go one more time through it. Pretty much again, large alpha, large hitbox, pretty standard. Pop smoke screen, then can pop Lodge in. Looks like it gives them some sort of damage increase, some sort of speed increase and stuff. You then have second transmission, which gives them this over here. You then have also fifth gear, very similar to like, what is it? Danky's ability, right? Locks onto them and then just beats them. Then over here, you got an impact 45%, and then the quintuple smash. So he just has a lot. He genuinely just has a lot. So yeah, I still think that he looks great. I still think he looks clean, but he has a lot of ability, so we'll see how beginner-friendly he becomes, but depends on how you play characters. He has a lot to try to master. Over here, we have all for one special action, Phantom Strike, and Flight Command. So Phantom Strike, I don't know exactly what this entails. Seems like he just hits them, and then, is that just a stun or something? Then he has Flight Command, so he can fly around pretty much. Got to give him movement, right? Over here, though, I'm curious on what they type him, but I don't think it's going to be rapid. Yes, he has this, but it's like, oh, he's rapid. I don't think so. Would the Pinnacle of Evil be rapid? That's our Pinnacle of Evil in Ultra Rumble, but is it here? That's the question. We then have, so they first showed his alpha. His alpha has just the one attack. It's just Thunder Spear. And that pretty much just shoots a projectile that looks like it explodes afterwards. Yeah, it shoots a projectile, initial hits, and then explodes. So kind of like a tag there. You then have Meteor, Annihilation, and Meteor. So again, two abilities here in the beta. Meteor, Annihilation's like Uraraka's attack, and if you hold it down, you then just have a giant meteor coming out of the sky. Very similar to Endeavor's thing over here. You then have Crumbling Orb as his Gamma first part, which basically goes into the stance over here, and then he shoots this out. Then he has Divine Judgment, which literally just, I don't even know what that is, but he just, what even is that? Is he grabbing them or something? So this one is easy. It looks like Kurogiri's attack pretty much. But this one's like grabbing them. Look at that. It's grabbing them on the way there. Yeah. So this one just is simple, and look at the particle effect around it. So he has a bit of Endeavor in his kit. He has Kurogiri here, and he has his current All for One basically. It's just like act as if that sphere is still there as a damage attack, and it can carry them with you. That's actually kind of wild. Huh. Okay. So there's that. Now, if you want to know where the community's problem is, and I'm curious what your take is on this one, I should have mentioned this earlier in the video anyways, but the current community take here is that both characters look rushed, and that they just, like, the animations and everything looks really mediocre. I don't know why that is the point, because I'll say this, right? I will agree that All for One doesn't look like the best animation-wise, right? It definitely looks like there is a bit of laziness to it, I won't lie. But everyone's saying that Deku also is lazy and looks rushed. I do not agree in the slightest. Deku's abilities look perfect. This looks exactly like what he looks like in All's Justice to a degree. It looks very well done. The animation there is perfect. Animation here is amazing. Animation here is even better, even sicker. Now, animation over here, look at that backflip into that, boom. Animation's perfect. Now, over here, animation's perfect. Now, over here, greatest animation of the game, no doubt. Perfect. I see no issue. I do agree that All for One's there. So I know everyone's been saying like All for One and him look lazy. I can agree that All for One makes a meal, maybe a little bit here and there, like janky if you were to say. But I still think that his like Deku's looks perfect, but All for One's I could see maybe a little bit. The particle effects don't look too great. It also just looks like they're in one of the worst POIs to show this off. They're in Water Zone. Everything in Water Zone looks like crap. I don't know. On consoles, everything looks like crap in Water Zone. Like, you can't see half of the things in Water Zone, and your whole thing sucks. But I could see maybe the complaints on All for One. But everyone complained about Deku as well, looking lazy. Dude, he looks like insane. He genuinely looks like the most effort they put in a character. His animations and everything are so clean. But I still think everything looks great here. I still am excited. And I think that these are the perfect releases for Anniversary. Especially with how the game is at its current state. I think this is the best one to bring players back and get them excited for what's here. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'll wrap it up there. breakdown of their skills. This is a thing in the game. I think it's like a new thing they've started. It's not just power creep, it's ability creep. It's like summoning for these new characters and quick skill sets. You get so much, kind of where to say variety, right? Each ability, depending on how you want to play it, depending on how you use it, and each instance, those abilities matter, right? You have 7 abilities with Deku, and I believe 7 as well with All For One. You have a lot to sort of go through, a lot to try, and a lot to use, and that kind of gives you the idea of, hey, like, maybe, quintuple smash sucks, but I got, instead of quintuple smash, I can more so prioritize other stuff, like Shinso. Shinso has the movement, and he also has the slash. Here, you have so many options, right? And you have double special action and everything, too, so I still think it's kind of cool, and it's there, but it is getting a lot, dude. Next, we're going to have double alpha, double beta, double gamma. Do we have that yet? Double alpha, double beta, and double gamma, and double special action. So the most abilities in the game, 2, 4, 6, 8. Do we have that yet? I'm curious, but take care, have fun. 2nd anniversary, Deku, and